and the Shroud of Turin is one and the same piece. For over 600 years scientists called the Shroud of Turin a medieval fake. The 1988 carbon dating seemed to prove it once and for all. But in 2022 something changed everything. New AI technology looked at the cloth in a way no one had tried before. What it found sent shock waves through the scientific world. The results didn't just challenge the old tests, they completely flipped the timeline. And now the same AI that revealed this truth is doing something else, something that has religious leaders deeply concerned. In 1354, a French knight named Geoffroy d'Ezi brought a long linen cloth to a small church in Lille, France. He said it wasn't just another relic but the very burial shroud that had covered Jesus Christ after his crucifixion. The cloth measured about 4.3 m long and 1.2 m wide, and it showed a faint yellowish image of a man front and back. People were stunned. Some dropped to their knees. Others doubted it from the start, because in medieval Europe relics were everywhere. Fragments of the true cross, bones of saints and holy objects, flooded churches, many of them obvious fakes sold for profit. So when this shroud appeared with a life-sized body, mysteriously imprinted on the fabric, the debate began immediately. The thighs, and this would throw the whole weight of the body onto the wrist. By 1389, that debate exploded. The Bishop of Troyes, Pierre d'Arcy, had had enough. He wrote a formal complaint to Pope Clement X, saying the shroud was a fake and that an artist had even confessed to painting it. He accused the churchman at Lyre of showing it to pilgrims just to make money, all while privately knowing it was a fraud. The Pope didn't call it genuine, but he didn't ban it either. He allowed it to be shown as an icon, not a relic. Something to inspire faith, not to prove history. But even that couldn't stop the fascination. In 1453, the powerful House of Savoy bought the shroud and moved it to their chapel in Chambéry. Then came disaster. On a freezing night in 1532, a fire broke out in the chapel. Molten silver from the reliquary dripped onto the folded cloth, burning through several layers. The cloth survived, but it was badly scarred. The symmetrical burn marks and water stains are still visible today. In 1578, the Savoy moved it again, this time to Turin, Italy, where it stayed for hundreds of years. In 1983, Umberto II, the last king of Italy and final owner of the shroud, gave it to the Vatican in his will. But even he never claimed it was real. He passed it on without forcing the Catholic Church to officially declare it genuine. And so, the Church kept it in what some call holy suspense, neither confirming nor denying, allowing it to remain a symbol of Christ's suffering while never declaring it authentic. Some moments in the shroud's journey are almost too strange to believe. In 1418, during the chaos of the 100 Years' War, Geoffroy d'Ezi's granddaughter Marguerite took the shroud and refused to give it back. She toured with it, showing it for money, and eventually sold it to the Savoy in exchange for 2 castles. She was excommunicated for it. Even more unsettling is a theory from the 1300s that claimed a real crucified body may have been used to create the image. One rumor even said it was Jacodemo, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, who was tortured in 1307 in a way that mirrored the wounds of Christ. Some believe his body might have been wrapped in cloth, scorched and broken to leave behind the eerie figure we still see today. Whether that story is true or not, it shows how far people might have gone, either in devotion or deceit, to create something that touched the divine. Centuries later, the mystery deepened. In 1898, an Italian photographer named Ciandopia took the first official photos of the shroud. What he saw on the negatives made his hands shake. The faint image on the cloth suddenly became clear, showing the face and body of a man in haunting detail. It looked three-dimensional, almost like a sculpture lit from within. This changed everything. Scientists began to analyze the image using modern tools. In the 1970s, computers revealed that the darkness of each part of the image matched the distance between the cloth and a hypothetical body, meaning the cloth somehow captured depth information. This wasn't just a drawing. It encoded shape. Then came the wounds. Researchers counted more than 100 markings that looked exactly like scourge wounds, dumbbell-shaped lesions, consistent with Roman whips that had metal balls on the tips. They appeared on the back, chest, and legs, just like the gospel accounts of Jesus being fogged under ultraviolet light. These marks even glowed with the same halo pattern that dried serum leaves behind, the same way real blood does when it clots and leaks. The man's face looked battered, with a swollen cheek and what seemed like a broken nose. These features were invisible to the naked eye in normal light, but the camera and computers saw what no painter from the 1300s ever could. Even skeptics admitted it was a masterpiece if it was fake. One historian famously said, "If this is a forgery, it's a bloody brilliant one. Photographic image, in my opinion, untouched by hand, not made by man, because it didn't just look like a man. It looked like a man who had suffered in ways that matched the crucifixion story, in painful, precise detail. And it preserved those signs in a medium so strange that even with all the science we've thrown at it, the shroud refuses to give up its secret. For centuries, the shroud remained silent, hidden behind glass and legend. But everything changed in 1978. That year, a team of scientists from across the world flew to Turin. Chemists, physicists, forensic experts. They called themselves the Shroud of Turin Research Project, or STIR. For 5 full days, they ran every test they could think of without damaging the linen. They x-rayed it, scanned it with